Hey, welcome to Old Ass Movie Reviews. I'm Scott, and there is Dave, and we are stepping away from movies today because we have a love of wrestling. So we attended the local CWF Coastal Wrestling Federation event, Voltage, last night. Dave and I go every month. We sometimes get a show up, sometimes we don't. We're going to try again.
Right.
Dude, what a show last night. This was a banger.
It was awesome.
They were firing on all cylinders. Let me just back up and say we got there early and there was an award show going on for all the local wrestlers and everything. Yeah. And folks, if you're a wrestling fan, you can just imagine how an award show with wrestling is going to go.
So I was for a fight to break out on the stage, but there was some mud being slung, and of course a lot of hey, what a better time to cut a promo than right in the middle of an awards show. Right.
We started to see what we witnessed last month was the basically the destruction of Flow Enterprises into just the Enterprise. Nice change of events last night, seeing everybody just take a different turn to heel to face and vice versa. So
real quick before we get too deep into it, I just want to say we are not affiliated with
we are
Wrestling
not.
Federation.
We're just two guys that love it.
So you know what we're talking about. And so folks that are going, who are these guys? They'll go find this and they'll watch it. That's the only reason I have it up. If for whatever reason the Marshal doesn't want us to use it, or anybody on
I'm sure Marshall Briggs will come let us know.
I'm sure he'll probably drag me in the damn
he does
ring
not seem like a shy character at all. So not at all.
We are not affiliated. This is just our take on what the show.
Yes, Marshall.
Okay, Marshall, don't kick my ass.
Okay, so
tell your names behind your back when you're not looking at me, so you don't know who it is. But moving on.
So anyway, this whole thing started off just right off the bat with Chris Mason coming out really upset over Jay Smiles last month and his crap that he pulled, and just basically said, "Come on out here, let me beat that ass and get it over with." Yeah. And man, Jace did not want any part of that. And this honestly was the highlight of the night. They started this at the beginning.
Yeah.
And these two fought in and out of the ring, out of the building, in the parking lot, in the concession stand, all throughout the night. They actually even interrupted a match to fight in the middle of the ring and then back out. Whoever wrote that, brilliant. That was well played, completely unexpected. Absolutely, dude. That was fun.
They went outside. This is great. I had a little Shield maiden sitting next to me, the girl and her dad. We've run into him a couple of times at the show, and this kid loves the villain, and it was so.
Well,
funny.
He didn't used to be a villain.
He didn't used to be a villain, but she still loves Jay Smiles. But the dad, I hear the dad asking her like, "Why are you rooting for the villains?" And I didn't hear her full answer, but it was like, what was it? They're funner or something like that. I couldn't make out what she said because it was so loud in there last night. But then, like right after she answers her dad, I think it's Jace has a rope and he's like trying to wrap it around Mason's neck and he's trying to choke him with it. And she's like, choke him. And I'm like, oh my God, this little kid is a Klingon. I'm sitting next to a little Klingon.
Yes, you were.
But it was so funny. And I was having such a good time listening to this kid and her dad's conversation while I'm watching the show. These shows are really I mean, I'll put it to you this way. If you have a kid, they're pretty safe. I mean, very rarely do these guys drop the F-bomb like I do. I mean,
it happens, but you can tell that they have tried to create a family event. It's well maintained. The crowd is relatively safe.
Occasionally, you get somebody in who
somebody's going to say something, but it's
But all in all,
it's a great place. And like you, I love seeing the kids. There was one night we went, and Marshall Briggs said something to this little boy, and that kid was so upset he rips his shirt off and goes running at Briggs with tears in his eyes, and is like, wow, Briggs, you heal. You just created memories for that kid for life, though.
And the thing is, I don't think he realized, because as you're doing this, you're just being the heel. You're not. Yeah. I don't think you're actually thinking through, like,
of course you're not.
A little bit. And why would you? I mean, it's you're there. But that little kid, oh my God, I was heartbroken for him. And then the next week, I think we went back the next month, not the next week, the
Yeah,
next
next
month.
month.
That kid was still there with his parents, and that little kid was he was ready to jump the fence again, but he wasn't crying. He just wanted to see
Yeah,
Marshall Briggs get beat up,
and
which was
that
so funny.
and
It
credit
was,
to Briggs.
yeah.
Credit to all these guys for taking us on a ride last night and last
Oh
month. Of
man.
it's wrestling to me is just it's theater that is manipulating the audience. It's like, okay, now we're going to get
Yeah.
them worked up and mad, and now they're going to cheer. Now it's a dance that they do with the audience and back and forth in the stories. It's so much fun.
The and that leads us into the gauntlet match. The gauntlet match was
Oh
between
yes,
Jet Danger, and his first opponent was Tony Donato,
yeah, yeah.
and then El Coche.
Yeah, let me talk about Danger for a moment.
I want you to. Yeah.
We've been going for a while, and this is somebody who I never saw as much of a threat. He had the name Jet Danger.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
still want to ask the guy about it right on his butt, the Danger
Yeah.
Zone, but it's a
All the
I don't know.
logos are on the
It's
rear end.
yeah.
I guess there's nowhere else to put them. So I
I
don't.
guess not. Ocho has what looks like a brain on his butt, but that's okay. So
I'm
I'm
not
sure
going to
he'll
give
be
him
around to
over it,
correct
not
us.
to his face.
Yeah, well, we just did. But anyway, so last night, Jet to me was a much more credible threat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he showed he deserved to win that after taking out Tony Donato, which was kind of brutal, man.
Yeah.
And then El Cache, is that
El Coche,
El Coche, El Cache,
the guy from
with
the B side of the flat Earth,
yeah.
the
What a
alien.
crazy gimmick. I love
I
it.
love
Keep
it.
with the
I love
kids
that.
come out with aliens.
Keep doing it.
Um,
Doing it.
it was a good overall match. I believe it ended with Jet Danger
Yeah.
winning the
You
gauntlet
win
match.
both
So
matches. Right. Right.
solid gauntlet match on that.
And to
That
see
took it.
him,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, real quick, to
No,
see him bouncing off the ropes,
dude.
I
Yeah.
there's a personal opinion. Everybody's going to yell at me next time they see us, I'm sure, if they even watch this. I don't know. Um, I think he's better in a ring on his own as far as being able to showcase his
Well,
talents.
I think that's why he
You know?
seemed more of a threat last night, is because we got to
Yeah.
see more of him. It's usually seeing Jet in a tag team match, and
Right.
and he's
Right.
good. He's absolutely good. All
Very
these
good.
guys are
Yes.
good. So, yeah, he seemed a lot more of a threat. Which
Some of the moves he did, like bouncing off the rope, wasn't a typical bounce. I want to say, I could be wrong. I'm going to have to see if I can watch the tape. But I thought at one point, instead of bouncing off the rope with his whole body and then bouncing into somebody, it looked like he did it with his feet. Like he went onto the rope with his feet and then came off. I want to watch that on the video again to see if it was just like me looking at it wrong, like because I
right.
was looking over here and looking over. There's so much stuff going on.
That's just
that
it
you
when
get
it's
distracted.
live.
You're like, it's like a circus. It's like a three-ring circus. Stuff is going on everywhere.
Well,
So I'm not sure if I actually saw that or not. If not, it was just, I don't know why I think I saw that, but it looked like a move that he did. And I was like, wow, thinking to myself, that's freaking incredible. That if you miss that jump, that's going to be damaging. you know? But okay, next one was Chris Mason and Miles came back in.
Yeah, well, they came back in right into the tag team match, which was KO Sims, Marshall Briggs versus the Retro Rebels. I love the Retro Rebels. You have
those guys.
Desmond Tebow, Johnny Romano, Urkel of the Squared Circle, and the Pop Star.
Yeah,
these guys are always fun. They work well together.
They really
do. They put on a good show. And man, Briggs is just always a damn threat, man. It just
everybody.
It's like he's like one of the hardest, that's not who you want to fight ever, it seems.
No,
but last night I think Briggs got a little ass whooping.
He got a little cocky. I think he thought his characters were up there, going to be too powerful for everybody.
I think he got knocked down a little bit, but KO Sims, Nathan Sims had made the turn to go join in with Briggs and be part of Enterprise now.
Yeah. His mama's not happy. Nathan, your
No,
mom
no.
doesn't seem very happy about it.
This was a good match.
Yeah, yeah, it was.
Tebow and Romano, like I said, work well together. Tebow is very quick. Loved
Yeah,
watching the guy.
yeah,
Well, I love watching all these guys. But
yeah, yeah. It's crazy.
they ended up winning because out came Flo and Danger to
Mhm.
assist,
Yeah.
which
Who
helped
saw that coming?
did not see that coming. Should have seen it coming. Should have
We
seen it
knew
coming a mile
something was going to
away.
happen with those two because
But
you and I were talking
yes.
about it. We're like, okay, we're trying to figure out, okay, who's going to do what? Who's going to turn? If is anybody going to turn? What's going to happen?
Yeah.
So when it came out, we were both shocked, like, oh, this is the ring, this is the round, this is the thing that's going to happen. And it was so good. When you can have back to the iron match or whatever it was called. I'm
The
sorry.
gauntlet match.
Yeah. Nobody made a sound except booing for Jet Danger. By the time he finished the round and he won both guys,
Yeah.
he beat both guys, everybody in that crowd was applauding him. And he rightly, put up his arms. He's I'm the champ kind of guy. And I looked over at you and I was like, everybody loves a winner.
Yeah. No, it's wonderful.
True. They turned him in one round.
Yeah.
In one fight. And then when they both
solidified it when they came out.
Flo come out and help out the Retro Rebels, which they would have never done that a year ago.
Oh no, they'd have beat their ass. And that's why here I am
in there to help. This is what's incredible about what's going on now is when they went out to help the Retro Rebels, suddenly you start liking Flo. Suddenly you're starting to like Jet Danger. And it's like,
I already do.
You guys are manipulating me and I don't care.
No, thank you. Thank you for manipulating me because I started watching CWF and these are who I would boo Flo Enterprises and the Flo Hawk. Yeah. It's like, get off the screen, you fools. Right. And then they're back and now I'm cheering them. And that happens with every wrestling group that I watch, every show. It's like, half a year I'm going to hate you. The next half I'm going to cheer you. It just, I love it. Manipulate me, please.
I'm dying to see what happens next. I'm excited about what they're doing, where they're going, how they're doing it.
Yes. Yeah. Then we get to the Division I champ, Brandon Collins versus Rob Ocho.
Yeah. That was a good
match. That was a good match. You can always count on Brandon to bring so much energy. Absolutely.
So much energy. And for being
as small as he is.
Small, I mean, Ocho's a big guy.
Yeah.
Brandon Collins is a smaller guy, and he's just got that move. He can jump. He moves really fast. He can jump from one spot to another, and he has that nice move that he gets outside of the ring when somebody's hanging over the ropes.
Yeah.
And he'll jump up and kick him in the head. Man, I would not want to be on the receiving end of any of this, but it's fun to watch. Like, I'm safe. I'm behind the bars. I
don't know. It got pretty close last night a couple times.
Yeah. If you're in the wrong spot, you're really gonna get
You're gonna have somebody in your lap. Yeah.
I really wish that they would put padding around.
On the ground, yes.
Every time we do this, Fred, please put padding around the ring. Please. As an old man, I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, oh my God, somebody's going to get hurt. But that's the old man in me coming out. And I know everybody's going to laugh about it, but it's true.
So Ocho took the win on that one because of a disqualification. The titles did not change. So Brandon stays the D1 champ and Ocho.
And who do we blame for that? Who do we blame for Ocho losing that belt? He was winning it fair and square. Honestly, as fair and square as, a bad guy can be. But he was winning the belt.
Our buddy Darian Drummond, man, you need to stay behind the table, bro.
He doesn't know. Yeah, he doesn't know when to just stay behind the table. And it's not the first time he's done that and got yelled at.
Oh, my God. When he got up, it was like, oh, shoot, here we go again. No, go back. So this spun us right into the next match, was Darian Drummond versus Curtis Wake. This was a good match, man. These two were going at it.
That was really
Holy
good.
crap.
I was pleasantly surprised.
They were tearing it up
with Curtis Wake. It was really quiet there for a while. This is what was very strange. it got really quiet during the match, which wasn't normal for last night.
Yeah.
And then there was a move. There's a move that Wake did, and I don't remember exactly what it was, but he I think he dropped Drummond, and then all of a sudden the crowd just went nuts. And from that point on, it got kind
Yes.
of loud again. And I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. Everybody's been waiting for something to happen, which
Yeah.
they were doing regular wrestling and doing the things. But when the slam of Drummond hit, everybody went nuts.
Yeah.
Drummond's
Well,
a
that's the
good
beauty
bad
of
guy.
it is
Darian
the
Drummond
noise.
is a good bad guy.
Yeah.
He just
Oh
he
yeah.
just
Gotta love him. Gotta love him. So
Yeah.
Darian, we're just talking crap here. So yes, but stay behind the table.
Yes. You got Mason mad at you, and now you got Ocho mad at you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
I don't know,
you
man.
don't
This
want
is.
anybody else mad at you. I mean, uh,
Oh, dude. Then we
stop
got to the
trying to
main.
help everybody.
Yes. So he's trying to help. All right. And then we get to the main event. Who doesn't love Caden Marks, the Manimal?
Everybody,
I mean,
everybody.
what what a fight. He and Flo. Now, I want to talk about this a minute about Justin
All right.
Flo and the Flo Hawk. Normally, we had watched Flo and Flo Enterprises deliver beatdown after match on Caden Marks, and the Manimal keeps coming back.
All the time.
Last night, we saw the different side of Flo. Flo knows he no longer has the backing of Briggs. Flo knows he's alone and he has to reach out somewhere.
Right.
He basically tells Manimal, "Bring it. Let's just have a match."
Yeah.
And
No
there were
tricks.
no dirty tricks on Flo's part at all.
I was shocked.
This was a solid, clean match.
Right.
Afterwards, it got a little messy.
Got a little dirty because, of course, Marshall Briggs can't leave it alone.
No.
Sims. Mama Sims isn't happy.
Yeah. So Flo retains his title.
Yeah.
He retained the title. I didn't think he was. I honestly thought Manuel was going to take it from him last night.
Yeah.
But Flo now has that. And then, of course, Briggs comes out and tries to deliver a beatdown.
Yeah.
And they do.
That didn't go very well because they stopped. The beatdown stopped whenever Briggs and Nathan Sims thought they got their guys down. And all of a sudden, Manimal and everybody, Manimal and Jet Danger jump up and just start.
Yeah.
They just unleash holy hell because they got nothing to lose at that point.
No, they don't. What are they going to do? So that was something.
I was just waiting for Mason to drag Miles back into the ring one more time. I was just waiting for it.
That was the best part of the night. It was the silly stuff. I got up to get some nachos and I had to jump out of the way because these two fools came crashing through the concession from the back door, and I'm in the camera's way, I'm in the wrestler's way, and it's like, yeah, this is awesome,
Yeah, exactly.
It was awesome.
The little kid next to me is just screaming, "Oh my God!"
Now,
awesome.
I don't know if you caught this last night, but off in the corner, there were some little kids out in the corner wrestling. They were jumping up and I kept hearing some screaming. Yes.
To the left of us? Yeah.
About at 11 o'clock. Yeah.
All night.
Yeah. It's like, oh my God, they're over there beating each other up.
Oh my gosh. It was freaking awesome. This is, like I said, good family entertainment. These characters, the wrestlers, these guys, they know their craft. And they're nothing but getting better. Yeah. I've watched last night. I was really trying to watch what they were doing because that's just what I do. I try to see the hold. I try to see the move. And there's some moves and holds that I'm trying to figure out how do they do them without breaking each other's neck.
I know. There's a lot of trust involved.
One of them had their knee in the guy's back, holding his legs up backwards while the face down. And I'm like, I do yoga. Because I have to.
Dude, I guarantee that's still got to be quite a strain on the back.
I'm looking at that and I'm like, I can't. I've been doing yoga for a couple of years. I can't bend that way. I don't know how. Granted, I'm twice their age, but I don't know how they're bending that way anyway. Like, how do you do that? How do you do that without hurting the other guy so bad that they can still walk?
I know. That's the beauty of it. There's a lot of it's a dance. It's a dance of making it look as good as it does.
I like the handshake.
These guys really do it.
I like the handshake that Manimal and Flo
Flow.
got. I was waiting
Yeah.
for that. It was good. I got a picture of that. Um, there was also at the end, now after the beatdown of Marshall Briggs and Nathan Sims, Manimal was still he was out of the ring. He was staying out of that fight. He's just like, I got enough troubles as it is. Manimal's down there and Flo goes to do the handshake again, and Manimal's like, "Nah, I'm not getting involved in this." He just like he gets up on his own and he walks out, and I'm like, I get it. Yeah, I get it. You got your own problems, buddy. You don't need to compound them.
Yeah.
But I'm really
Absolutely.
curious to what goes on with Ocho now,
Hmm.
where Ocho is going to go with Darian Drummond. That's going to be good. Mason tries to keep to his own wrestling career. Mason's not part of anybody's team. He doesn't, he just wants to be left alone and do his own wrestling, which I love. I love that about this guy because nobody really messes with this guy except in the ring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I dig that. I dig his ability to take a beating
And deliver a beating.
and deliver a beating. Most definitely. The time that he grabs Miles and he's got him in a hold and he's just taking him around the ring for everybody to give
Oh
a
yeah.
whack to Jace Miles. And I'm like, oh my God, what if somebody was just stupid enough to really like I'm sure he was getting hit. Like
Oh, he
I'm
was.
sure
I
he
could
was
hear it.
getting
I was
hit.
at the concession stand. It's like,
There
what
there
in
was a
the
couple of
hell?
people that really, I mean, really, really hit him. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys not no. Yet I'm sorry. You don't do that.
No,
Some people
no.
got it. Some people were doing the thing. And the one guy, the cutest one was he's walking by the kids and the kids are, hitting him. And then like, oh, that's funny. And this guy had this little baby and he grabs the little kid's fist and he hits him. And
Oh,
that's
I
the
missed
one that
that.
did the most damage to Jace
Oh, that's
Miles. Because you
awesome.
just see
See,
him like
you
fall
gotta
down.
love
And
him.
I was dying. I was like, oh my God, these guys are so freaking good. It's great.
Yeah,
I
I
love it.
gotta. That reminds me of Jay Smiles' new intro here, the walking red flag.
Yeah, yeah. That
He's a
was good.
clown. He's a clown.
Oh
Gotta love
yeah,
it. Gotta love it.
good.
Uh, so yeah, folks, if you get a chance and you're in the Florida Panhandle, go check
Yeah,
out CWF. Usually in
right,
Milton, Crestview,
right.
Pensacola, they hit these places. It's a good night out with friends
And
and
next month,
family.
next month is Crestview.
Next month is Crestview. Yep, and it's a good way to spend 3 or 4 hours and have a good time. So
Right, buddies?
if you enjoy our talk and you guys like movies, join our regular
Yeah,
podcast, Old Ass Movie Reviews. You can find it wherever you found this one. So we
right.
will catch you later. Thanks again.